Hi, everyone. I'm David. I'm going to be one of the hosts for today. I'm also the host for the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour. The tour was started by the Play Magnus Group, and we've had many supportive partners, but one of our favorites, of course, and one we're most grateful for is Skilling. And the tour, it started around 18 months ago, and today it's become one of the fastest growing esports tours in the world globally. So it's thanks to partners like Skilling that we're able to do this, and hopefully you'll enjoy today's event, which will be a unique experience where you will be able to challenge the world number one, the world champion, Magnus Carlsen, just before he goes off to Dubai next month to defend his world title. And just before we get started as well, I'd like to share some important technical information. To begin with, just a short privacy policy disclaimer. You saw at the beginning that this whole event will be recorded, but it's up to you. If you want to turn on your cameras and want to turn on your microphones, then feel free. Don't hesitate. Later on, I will be asking for some questions for Magnus. So it would be nice to put some faces to the names and nice to hear you guys as well. But that's completely up to you. And also, before we head into the games with Magnus, the challenges, I'd like to invite Lennart Claussen, one of the co-founders of Skilling, to have a short chat. Lennart, are you with us?
Yeah, hi David.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. All good. Very excited for this.
Yeah, and yeah, for those of, I'm sure you all know Lennart very well, but he's one of the co-founders of Skilling, which is steadily becoming one of the most trustworthy brokers worldwide. And yeah, it's great to have you here. I've been hearing a lot about Skilling. I've been fascinated by the stories of the growth in recent years. And it seems like you guys are taking the financial world by storm. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, I mean, at Skilling, we strive to be just a little bit different and a whole lot better than the rest. It's not easy, but that's what we're trying. We know that no market is the same, just like no traders are the same. So we make it our business to actually focus on the individual traders and their needs.
Okay. And you mentioned striving to be different and maybe better than the rest. How do you achieve this?
Well, we take the very personal approach. We spend a lot of time reaching out to our clients to find out what works for them. We have growth as a part of our mindset, and we want to bring exactly what traders need to grow. And I mean, as an example, just this year, we have added more than 100 new instruments, including more than 20 new cryptos, which is quite popular these days. So, and all this upon specific client requests.
Okay, and yeah, I guess that's essential these days, right? Just continuing to grow and faster than ever before. And what is it that makes Skilling stand out? I mean, these cryptos, I guess, are just the start.
Yeah, I mean, the traders these days, and especially the sophisticated ones, they're always looking for more, whether it's choice of instruments or control, security. I think Skilling, we offer all these things, and we have full transparency throughout the entire trading journey. And we have built a lot of our systems ourselves, and we're very proud of what we have created here. It's a product offering and a trading experience that we think is amongst the most transparent of everything out there. Okay. And yeah, and I mean to grow, I mean, we need to be part of the growing part of the business, and we do see a revolution in the world of trading now with both the accessibility and the inclusivity that have kind of reshaped the norm, where obviously crypto is the game changer. It is the movement of the moment, and it's gaining traction from retail traders. It's done that for a time, but now also more acceptance amongst the mainstream financial institutions. And yeah, I think, I mean, basically crypto, we really believe in this because it's special in nature, but it's a trend among the newer traders. And they're that generation. It's going to be here for a very long time, we hope, and it's important to kind of fill their needs.
Yeah, I mean, that's really fascinating. I've been hearing from a lot of other chess players that they're getting more and more into the crypto. There's a lot of interest there. People are finding out more day by day. And how do you see chess fitting in now with this partnership, chess and Skilling?
Yeah, I could speak for an hour about that, but I mean, many of the disciplines that chess teaches you are also applicable in other fields, and I would say particularly when it comes to investments. And we see successful chess players sharing many of the same characteristics that successful investors does. And I think obviously this is the underlying reason for our partnership with Magnus and as an ambassador. And he, I mean, as a current world champion, I mean, he really draws a parallel between that game and trading. And I mean, both which require skill, attention to details, planning, and strategy, and I would say not least precision in execution, where I think Skilling is doing a great job as well. So yeah, it's as I said, we could speak about this for hours. There are so many similarities. Hopefully we can continue this journey together and exploit it even more.
Yeah, I know, I'd love that. And Lennart, thank you. It's been great to hear more. And as you say, hopefully we'll have many more events like this in the future.
Thank you, and good luck to all the players today.
Yeah, I have a feeling they might need it. And okay, on that note as well, so you mentioned Magnus Carlsen there, Lennart, and we would like to invite Magnus to play against some of you guys. I think he has 14 planned opponents today, and the opponents, they've all been given Chess24 Playzone usernames and passwords. So for those of you who will be challenging Magnus, if you could log on now and get ready for the games, that would be perfect. I'll be calling you out kind of one by one to start those games. And feel free, remember, to message our moderators in the chat, in Zoom chat, if you have any technical issues. Hopefully everything will go smoothly. I should also mention there will be 3 prize winners today. So it might be difficult to beat Magnus, it might be difficult to draw against him, but we're going to be awarding prizes to the 3 who last the longest, who force Magnus to spend most time on the clock. And on that note, good luck to everyone. And I would like to invite Morten, guest 1, I think your username is on Chess24, to start the game. Magnus, are you ready? Hopefully Magnus will be with us. Okay, we'll just wait a couple of seconds, but Morten, are you there in the chat? Maybe let us know if you are ready to kick off. And yeah, I've done a few things like this with Magnus before. He's a tricky guy and he's very, very fast. So yeah, remember to use your time wisely. Also, I should mention the guests will have 3 minutes and Magnus will have only 1 minute for each game. So if you can't beat him on the board, try and beat him on the clock. There will be ways. And also, just while Magnus joins us, I should also mention that for the 14 players, for everyone who's playing today, we have automatically upgraded you to a premium membership on Chess24. So that means you have exclusive access to videos, commentary. You can actually challenge other grandmasters on Chess24 daily. But most important of all, you can go and analyze your games with Magnus afterwards. So the game will be there forever on your Chess24 account, and you can go and check out the games with computers, with analysis engines. You can see the suggestions, the moves there, and you can also just challenge anyone around the world. So Chess24 is the perfect place to learn and to play in. Okay, it looks like we just Magnus will be logging on. He'll be with us in a moment, and Morten, you'll be the first one. What's your experience like with chess, Morten?
Is it me you're talking to?
Sorry, I think there might be two Mortens with us. So I think if you is guest number 1, Morten, the other Morten, are you there with us? Okay, if not, then no worries. Yeah, Magnus, he's a busy man, just keeping us waiting for a moment. And yeah, so maybe just while we wait for Magnus, I mean, I've been lucky enough to be the commentator of the Champions Chess Tour for the last year, and Magnus did end up being the winner of that tour, but I'm very excited for the World Championship match, of course, next month, and also for the next season of the tour, where I think Skilling will be a partner, and lots more exciting games to come. And okay, yeah, and a few tips if you are facing Magnus today: try and avoid the endgame. He's an endgame genius. He's an endgame expert. The best strategy, I think, is to just try and attack him. Whether it works or not, it will force him to burn time on the clock. And that's one thing I've learned from playing Magnus myself over the years. We're the same age. We've known each other since we were 10. Just, yeah, the scariest thing for these top players, they don't like to be attacked. And okay, I'm being told here in the chat that the first player is Morton B. And Morton B, are you there with us? Maybe we can have a chat just before your game starts. And no, okay. As mentioned, we will have 14 players, I think, from all around the world, which is very exciting. And okay, let me just check in to see how Magnus is getting on. Okay. Yeah, and later on, feel free already to write down your questions for Magnus. We will have at least 10 or so minutes for a Q&A session. So either you can unmute yourselves later on, or feel free to write them in the chat right now, and I will read those questions out a bit later. Yeah, and remember as well, for these games, it is 3 winners, and it's the 3 who force Magnus to burn as much time on the clock as possible. Yeah, I would love to challenge Magnus myself. I'm very jealous. But instead, I'll be maybe commentating a little bit on the games. Hopefully we'll hear Magnus's thoughts as well about some of those games as they go on. And it looks like maybe Magnus is having some small tech issues. He will be with us any moment now.
He might be nervous.
Yeah, maybe he's getting in some last minute preparation. I think you're right. Yeah, have you all been preparing? Has anyone been preparing for Magnus? And if so, how?
It's not easy to prepare for someone good as him.
Yeah, I know the feeling. How do you play a lot of chess? This is Olga, right?
I try to play some, but not too often these days since Corona.
Sure. Do you play online a bit?
Yes, I do.
Okay. On Chess24, I hope.
Yes, of course, I can't say anything else. But I used a couple of different platforms. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's the one. Maybe it sounds bad, but it's the one benefit that did come out of the pandemic, I guess, is that chess online has boomed a lot, and now there's so much great material out there. There's some great platforms to play. And,
yes. I assume your growth have been as like Netflix, probably.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
On Netflix.
I guess you've all seen The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, or some of you have. Yeah, it definitely helped the chess world. Yeah, I know some players, they really enjoyed it. Some have mixed feelings about how chess was portrayed there, but either way, it definitely caused a bit of a boom. Yeah. Lots of chessboards being sold.
Yeah.
Okay, so no update from Magnus yet. Yeah, what did you guys think of the show on Netflix?
Well, I like the movie.
Yeah, I know it was based partially on Bobby Fischer, former world champion. So, okay, can you all still hear me, by the way? I just had a momentary tech issue myself. Hopefully. Okay, so it sounds like there might be a small delay with Magnus. If he's unable to play, then I might have to take on some of the challenges myself. So you might, you all might be punishing me. Okay, I'll have an update shortly on Magnus's status. If not, then I'll take the challenges and
Can trade a little bit in the meantime, maybe.
yeah, maybe that's what he's busy doing. Okay, I've been promised he'll be here in a moment. So yeah, we'll hear from Magnus maybe a few words as well just before we start, and then we'll get going with some games. And then there will be plenty of time for questions, hopefully, still at the end. And yeah, maybe he's just getting some practice in. 1 minute chess, even for a world champion, is pretty difficult. So yeah, definitely the clock will be a big factor.
Yeah, sorry people, I had something I need to do, but I'm here and ready to go now.
Okay, welcome Magnus. Are you ready to jump straight into the games?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So I'd like to call Morten up for the first game, if you have it ready on Chess24. That's, I think there's 2 Mortens with us today, so that will be the Morten with the username skillingguest01. Okay, and Magnus will have white, and he will play the first move. Also, I see in the chat that Heinrich asks about seeing the games. Hopefully, you should be able to see it on the Zoom meeting. Let us know if you can. And there we've got the board. Whenever you're ready, Magnus, take us away.
Yeah, it says my opponent is disconnected for the moment.
Okay, so if Morten's not with us, then maybe we can jump into game 2. And Morten, if you find yourself able to play later, then let us know. We'll come back to you. So maybe, okay, let's try opponent number 2. That is, I know he's here with us, so Olga.
Yes.
Ready to play.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
And feel free to talk us through the games, Magnus, if you want. Ooh,
Yes.
King's Gambit. Brave opening. Giving up a pawn, but that was declined by black. So just developing pieces now for both sides. I see Sheila in the chat asks about who's playing. So at the moment it's Olga, guest number 2. So you will be playing shortly. So if you can anyone who's playing today, remember to be prepared. If you can be logged on to Chess24 and the play zone, that would be perfect. And let us know if you have problems with the link or anything, and we will sort that out. In the meantime, quick start from both players. Olga playing very quickly. Magnus, remember, starting with 1 minute. He's down to 48 seconds now. It's level pawns, level pieces. Very solid start from both sides. Okay, white's queen, nicely placed in the middle. And okay, Magnus pushing pawns. Stepping back with his bishop there. Sneaky move by the world champion. And okay, trade of pawns. I heard a sharp intake of breath there from Olga, maybe realizing there's some tricks in the air. Magnus gives a check with his queen, and ooh, there we go. First game, brutal Magnus.
Yeah, I was a bit unlucky. I think if you had taken back the pawn with the bishop there, bishop takes c6 would have been a fair fight. But yeah, after moving the bishop, it became, the end was very sudden and brutal.
Yes. Thank you.
How do you feel about that one, Olga? Okay.
Yes, I feel a bit disappointed that I didn't get any too fast. Too fast news.
He's a fast guy. Okay, so let's move swiftly on. So Marx, are you with us? Marx, are you ready to play? So that will be guest number 3. That'll be your username on Chess24. Let us know in the chat. Okay, it looks like Marx is ready. So Magnus, if you can find that link on that game,
yeah,
we'll jump in. Okay, Queen's pawn opening this time from the world champion. Okay, occupying the center with pawns, always logical, always sensible. Okay, quick play from Marx in the opening. I have a feeling he knows his stuff. Very solid start. Magnus going right on the attack from move 1, pushing pawns forward, attacking pieces. Okay, Marx still playing great chess so far. Okay, now a trade of pawns in the center. That's allowed Magnus to jump forward with a knight, hitting the black queen. Okay, very, very aggressive play here by white. Some danger already in the position. How will Marx react? Okay, he plays the best move. He castles that black king away, hides it all safely. Magnus has won a pawn in the process, however. Still a tricky position. Okay, white has traded off a knight for a bishop there. And world champion getting greedy. He's taken a knight. Okay, this is very fast play though from Marx, so definitely has a chance on the clock. 2 minutes against 40 seconds. It's not going to be easy for Magnus. He's looking focused, however. Okay. Rook finds itself very active there for white. I'm currently debating whether to try and distract Magnus or not. Okay, ooh, check there from black, forcing the white king out into the open. Okay, we see a trade though, and white's king has grabbed the remaining black knight. 24 seconds though for white. This is not going to be easy for Magnus to convert. Still a long, long way from checkmate. 21 seconds. Okay, Morton on the board. Marx on the board is struggling slightly, but on the clock, doing very, very well. Okay, we see a check. Black's king forced into the corner. Not many escape squares left. And, okay, white is getting ready to make a new queen. Cynical stuff from the world champion. And there we go. Checkmate. Black's king trapped. Oh, more brutal stuff, Magnus.
Yeah, I think it was very difficult after c takes d5 in the opening there. I think you had to play a move like c5 there to close the position, and then would have been hard with the time constraints.
Yeah, and remember everyone that you have been upgraded to Chess24 Premium, all the players, so you can go and check out the games afterwards and maybe take a note of the moves that Magnus has been saying there. So also remember everyone to keep an eye on the chat on Zoom. There might be some instructions just in case you're having trouble logging on to Chess24. So, okay, Sheila, it's your turn. Okay, I saw Sheila in the chat a moment ago. And remember, feel free everyone to turn on your microphones, turn on your cameras. And if you want to trash talk Magnus, feel free. Okay, Sheila, are you ready? Okay. And also Morton B, let us know in the chat if you're back and ready to play at any moment. Here we go. Sheila has started. Push your pawns in the center. And wow, aggressive stuff. A reversed King's Gambit. Offering a pawn from black, trying to get quick piece development. Magnus accepting the offer of one of those pawns. Okay, stepping back with his knight now. How is Sheila going to justify her pawn sacrifice? Okay, a trade in the center. Okay, I see that Morton in the chat is now ready. So Morton, you'll be next to play. So after this game between Magnus and Sheila, we'll get your game going. Okay, so black's bishop stepping back. Very nice move. Sheila's been playing quickly as well. Still over 2 minutes against Magnus's 46 seconds. She needs to get her pieces out there. Black's pieces, most of them are still asleep. Okay, and ooh, unfortunate there from Sheila. A very aggressive move, bringing the black queen out, but that square was covered by a white knight. And Magnus not hesitating. You confident about your chances now, Magnus?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Okay, still chances on the clock. Sheila's still fighting on. That's a check though. Black's king needs to run away. Needs to find a safe haven. Okay, where is Sheila going to place her king? Okay, it runs for the hills. Magnus, though, insists with some checks. That black king only has 2 safe squares. It continues running. Okay. All the checks now from the world champion. Black's king only has 1 safe square this time. Will it stay safe for long? That is the question. Sheila still with over a minute. Magnus just pushes a pawn. Trying to close the cage around the black king, and there we go. Black's king caught in the middle of the board. That's a checkmate. Magnus's run continues. How do you feel about that one, Magnus?
Yeah, that was a nice quick one, and it's always very pleasant to conclude the game with a pawn checkmate. So yeah, that was pleasing.
Yeah, very rare to get a pawn checkmate. And Sheila, feel free to prepare some questions for Magnus later, if you have any questions about that game. So, okay, in the meantime, Morten, you mentioned that you're ready. And Magnus, that will be guest 1, so link 1.
Yes, it still says opponent disconnected.
Okay, Morten, are you in the Chess24 play zone? Have you clicked on the link that we sent you? If not, then we will come back to you a bit later. Okay, let's wait for Morten. Let's come back to him later. In the meantime, Dag Rune.
Yeah, hello.
Dag, hey.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, I saw it. So my camera in my PC is switch off.
Okay.
I'm not an expert in the shock. I can try one time.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're here for, right?
I moved the right side one. Yeah.
Okay, so Magnus, when you're ready,
Yeah,
let's kick off. And Dag Rune was saying he's got a plan in mind.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you've been preparing for this game, Dag Rune.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see the board? Are you ready to move now?
So take it to the left side and move it down. One
Oh,
step down. Yeah.
Can you do you have the board in front of you on your screen?
Yeah.
We can't make the moves for you, unfortunately.
Yes, I'm not expert as my PC, and on my laptop. Sorry, man.
Okay.
Okay, I move this tower down.
Okay. Maybe. Unfortunately, we can't make the moves for you. So maybe if you could have a chat, our producers, our moderators will talk to you in the Zoom chat, and they'll try and help you figure out how to get the game going.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so just while Dag Rune sorts out those, just gets the game going, maybe we can move on to the next Morten, the other Morten.
Yeah, I got the next.
Okay, and then we'll come back to you. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So Morten, I know you're ready. We had a chat earlier. Have you been able to log on to Chess24? Okay, so this is the other Morten right now. Guest 6. Okay, and Magnus has started the game. Any luck, Morten? Okay, some small tech issues here with some of the players, but we'll get the games rolling shortly soon. Okay, Morten looks like might be taking a break. He did mention earlier he had to log off and on again. So, okay, if Morten's not ready, then let's move on to the next guest, Henrik. Henrik, are you ready to play?
Hello.
Oh, hey, Henrik.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Hi, Magnus.
Hi.
Whereabouts are you?
Sorry?
In the world. Where in the world are you?
I'm in Sundsvall, Sweden.
Ah, cool. Okay.
So
Not too far away from Magnus.
No.
Okay, so are you ready to go? Ready to play?
As ready I can be. Yeah, sure.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Rooting for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Magnus. Let's go. And yeah, for the players who haven't played so far, so that was the Mortens and Dag Rune, just feel free to message in the chat. You can see in the Zoom chat, Jakob there is open to any queries. And okay, Magnus has started this game with the London system. I'm sure that's not because of me being here in London. It's one of his favorite openings. Solid start so far. Okay, how will Black develop his pieces? He brings his bishop out. Very, very sensible. Creating a pin. Put some pressure on the white knight from that black bishop.
Not like a black horse coming after now.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that black horse will develop later. First, Magnus. Okay, he's on the attack. That white knight leaping forward. Attacking a couple of things there.
The black horse gonna attacking the Sunday, the white horse out.
Can you shut down the former guy?
Okay, first big threat. For Henrik to deal with here. There's only a couple of safe moves. The world champion, definitely an aggressive mood today. Okay. So Henrik running a bit low on the clock now. 1 minute 20, plays 49 seconds. Okay, Black finding a good move there. Okay. Magnus swapping off some pieces. Okay, white has won a piece in the process. And now retreats his bishop to safety. Okay, Henrik there, very nice maneuver, getting the queens off the board. Now it's a matter of time. White has 30 seconds, black has 35 seconds. Who's going to be faster? It's all about speed now. Henrik needs to up the speed. Black's bishop has been trapped. Very sneaky idea there from the world champion. Black had to give up his bishop for a couple of pawns, and that's a nasty check. Black's king is running. Henrik fighting well, fighting hard, but low on time. Okay, I can tell Henrik has a lot of practice online. He's moving super quick. This is a good strategy. But the world champion Magnus, he's super quick as well. Wow, look at the pace of these moves. White's got a new queen on the board. Still a few moves from checkmate. And just in the nick of time. Wow, great game, Henrik.
Yeah, very
not
good
the best.
But you got Magnus down to 12 seconds, and I mean, your speed as well there. Impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Magnus. It's a great pleasure to face you.
Thank you.
Okay, so another, that was the closest game we've had so far. Very, very good play from Henrik. And do we have either of the Mortons here with us? Are either of the Mortons ready to play yet? Maybe you can message in the chat when you're ready. Okay, if not, then let's move on. So guest number 8, Krista. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Krista. Are you ready with your game? Krista, let us know in the chat. That you? Okay, it looks like you're ready. Are you on the chess24 play zone? Magnus, can you see if your opponent's connected?
Yeah, my opponent appears to be connected.
Okay, so maybe we can try. let's get going. Okay, Scandinavian opening. It's very appropriate today. Okay, and there we go. White has taken a pawn. Okay, and Magnus getting greedy, keeping that pawn. And yeah, I see Morten in the chat now, is now with us. So Morten, I think one of our moderators will talk to you and try and help you get that set up. Yeah, it's just clicking a link and it should be quite automatic, hopefully. Meanwhile, this game, solid start. Okay, White's pieces out very nicely centralized. White the first to castle as well. King nice and safe. Black needs to do the same. Black needs to get the pieces out. Magnus trying to wrench open the center of the board. Delivering a nasty check. Black king needs to move, or that check needs to be blocked. And it does run away the black king. We see some trades. It's all about trading today. And White's bishop in the middle. That black king, though, will be in some danger unless black is accurate. Okay, black knight coming out. Magnus doesn't give a moment of rest to the opponent, hitting the black queen. Now the bishop steps back. Okay, nice move there from black, hitting the white bishop. And hitting the white knight now. Okay, insisting. And okay, ooh, a retreat from the world champion. But there's a plan in mind. The queens have come off the board, but that won't spell the end of the danger yet for black. Some big threats in the position. It looks like Magnus has offered up a knight, but he has a plan in mind. Okay, black's knight stepping back. But unfortunately, that black king is caught in the crossfire. White's bishop's there, trapping the black king, and that's checkmate. It's how are you feeling about that game?
Yeah,
Nice finish,
it's very typical there in the opening that black is one move away from castling and having a very good position, but sometimes that one move is all you need to wreak some serious havoc before opponent can consolidate. So I think it was instructive in that sense.
Yeah, and that's the thing when you're playing these top players, right, Magnus? If you don't survive the opening, it's always tricky.
Yes.
Okay, so next game, let's move on. And now it's the turn of Stephen. Stephen, are you ready? That's guest 09. That should be your username. Skilling guest 09 on Chess24. And it looks like you're both online. Magnus, maybe you can try making a move. Stephen, feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions for Magnus or if you want to talk during the games. If not, then...
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
I can't seem to start the game.
Oh, maybe refresh?
Yeah, I tried that. Try to refresh again. Yeah, I can't make any moves.
Okay, so okay, maybe we can get our guys on that to try and solve the issue. Stephen, it looks like you might have to hold on for a moment or two, if that's okay. And okay, how about Ferras? What about the next link, Magnus? You're able to start there. Ferras, are you ready to play? Okay, looks like Magnus has kicked this one off. Ferras, are you on the Chess24 play zone right now? If not, then we'll have to keep moving. Okay. No luck. this one. So Ferras, if you can get ready and type in the chat in Zoom when you're ready to get going, then we can try again. But Magnus, maybe if we can go back to Stephen's game. So that is Skilling
Number
Guest
9?
Yes. I think maybe now it should be working. Let's try.
No.
Oh no, still no luck. Okay, so we might have to set up a new link for that game. So Stephen, you'll get your chance, don't worry. How about Razak now? Skilling Guest 11. Okay, so Razak, are you with us?
Yep, I am here. All good.
Okay, awesome. How are you feeling about the game? Confident?
Yeah, I'm an absolute beginner. I couldn't reject the experience, so yeah, definitely up for it. Hello,
Okay.
Magnus, by the way.
Hi.
Where are you playing from? Where are you joining
I'm
us
playing from London, here in London. Okay.
Nice place.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they do say beginner's luck though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm banking on today.
Let's see whether Magnus is up for the challenge. Okay. Bit of a mistake there, maybe. Small one, still early days. Magnus has grabbed a queen with his bishop. And now the black knight is getting hit. Will it step forward? Will it retreat? Okay. That might be one of the first players to put Magnus in check today. But unfortunately, that knight did drop off. Now Magnus is on the attack. And, okay, the white knight is forking the king and the rook at the same time. That's a double attack. The black king needs to move. That's the thing with knight checks. It can't be blocked. Knights are the trickiest pieces. And Magnus has grabbed a rook in the corner. And meanwhile, I see a couple of players in the chat are ready, so that's perfect. We'll come to you shortly. Okay. In the meantime, Magnus, it's like an accountant, he's just collecting everything here. Okay. And that's a check. Black's king again. Forced to move. Out in the open, and here we go. That's a check and a checkmate. White's queen traps the black king behind its own army.
Longer than I thought.
You did well. You did well. It's just that one mistake early on, losing your queen, right? Magnus, any words?
Yeah, I think that about sums it up.
Thank
Keep
you.
playing though.
Cheers.
Next time you'll get him.
Yeah, that's it. Always learning. Cheers, Magnus.
Cheers.
Okay, so it looks like we might have some players who weren't ready earlier, who are now keen to get their games going. So Morton B, guest 1. Let us know. Are you ready now? And I'm hoping this will work this time. Morton, are you connected? Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Here we go. Third time lucky. Morton's ready to fight now. And I also see in the chat that, is it Jos? You will be, yeah, we will come to you soon. You will be playing your game very shortly. Okay, so a Sicilian defense. And Magnus there shaking his head.
Yeah, it was a mouse slip.
Excuses, Magnus.
It's fine though. Those are the best kinds of mouse slips, the ones that don't lose any material.
You've mouse slipped worse things, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so really tense position. Looks like Morton knows his stuff. Very sensible developments here. Black occupying the center with some pawns. That's always a good sign. And both sides have castled. This might be Magnus's toughest test so far today. Okay, he's pushing pawns though. He wants to start an attack. And how will Morten react? Okay, real tension now between all the pawns, and the first set of pawns are about to be traded. Magnus just taking off his opponent's pawn there, and this pawn will be recaptured, but which way? Black has 4 choices. He takes with his knight. Okay, I'm liking the speed though from Morten. I'm liking his position too. 1 minute 45, plays 41 seconds. Okay, so continuing with the great moves now, Morten. He was attacking a pawn there, forcing Magnus to retreat. Okay, and a trade of knights. Okay, and a pawn push. Maybe a small missed opportunity there for Morten. Now Magnus, as white, has a very strong knight in the middle. And okay, both sides just solidifying their pawn structure. And Black's rook occupying an open line. Wow, great play so far from Morten. This one is going to be close. Okay, and now Magnus makes his move, going for the attack, trying to open up the Black king. How will Morten deal with this? Well, that's a scary pawn to let live. But if you trade it off, there might be consequences. Magnus now maneuvering his queen to the side, hitting the Black rook. Maybe trying to sneak in from a different angle with that queen. Okay, and nice sacrifice there. I like that from Morten. He had to make that sacrifice just to get rid of his opponent's dangerous piece. Ooh, but he's allowed the white queen into his position. Scary now. That Black king is not feeling comfortable. And Morten resigns. Morten.
Yeah, that was definitely the best game so far.
Yeah. I mean, up until that, even just the final move, right? There was still some work to be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Morten, thanks for the game. And thanks for pushing Magnus. Okay, so it looks like we've got another couple of players who are back. Is it Stephen? Stephen, guest 9. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Where are you joining us from?
Ireland.
Ah, cool. Okay. So whenever you're ready, guys, we can get this game going. Okay, Magnus opening with his queen's pawn, it looks like. Okay. And out there in Ireland, which opening is going to be chosen? Stephen, can you see the move being played on your board? Are you...
No, our internet is bad in Ireland, so that's probably another thing.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
Oh dear. Okay. At least you're with us, so maybe if you can talk to our tech guys again, they'll... Yeah, maybe if you talk to our tech guys again, they'll make sure the game gets going. Okay, so we'll come back to you, Stephen. And
okay.
Magnus, maybe time to move on. Do we have Ferris with us yet? Is Ferris joined the chat? If not, then it might be turn of guest 12, Roosbear. Are you there? Okay, Roosbear will... Looks like Roosbear maybe not ready to get going. I can tell Magnus is itching to play. He's trying to make those moves on the board. Okay, Roosbear, let us know again if you're ready to play at some point. We'll move on. So Christopher, guest 13. Christopher.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, hey, how are you doing?
All good.
Okay, where are you joining from today?
Spain.
Ah, Spain. Whereabouts?
Marbella.
Ah, I'm jealous. Very jealous. was actually in Spain last week. I think Magnus was too. In the meantime, okay, ready to start?
Absolutely.
Okay, Magnus, take us away. And here we go. King's pawn opening. Okay, I see a spectator as well with Christopher. That's good. Teamwork is always good.
It says opponent disconnected for me.
Ah.
I'm just going to see if we start again.
Okay, maybe if you can both refresh just to be double sure.
Now I got it.
Okay, let's do this. Sicilian Defense. Okay, so looks like Magnus using his favorite openings, his best openings. He's taking these games seriously. Okay. Black's knight now under fire. Okay, the knight getting harassed. And now piece development from the world champion, centralizing the pieces. How will Christopher react? Good developing move. Magnus trying to open things up. It was too blocked before. How will Christopher react? Everyone's been very polite. I'm impressed. I'd be too tempted to trash talk Magnus in these games. Okay, that's a check. Let's check of the game. Okay, and that black king, it cannot run. So the check must be blocked. It is blocked. And Magnus continuing to step forward. He's trying to create a cage around the black king. Black still has plenty of defensive resources. Okay, White's knight leaping forward. Sneaky move there from the world champion, creating a couple of threats. And now, okay, Black captures another pawn. So Black was temporarily 2 pawns up, but Magnus, this was his hidden threat. He's captured the black knight, and that white queen cannot be captured because Black's bishop, Black's light squared bishop, is actually pinned. And White's light squared bishop with a bit of X-ray vision, trying to target the black king. Okay, so still in the balance, still some chances. Christopher's got 2 pawns for the knight. It might come down to the clock, this one. We see a trade of bishops there, very sensible. Magnus down to 40 seconds. Christopher also down now, under 1 minute. He's got to speed up. Played great so far. Okay. Christopher, what is he going to play? What is he going to choose? He needs to take care of that black king in the middle. He needs to move quickly. Down to under 30 seconds now. Okay, he attacks the white knight with his queen. That's a good move. Magnus defends that knight with a pawn. And okay, a pawn push. White's knights are swarming towards that black king. How can Christopher survive? He's down to 15 seconds. This game might be decided on the clock. Okay, and the black bishop drops off. It was undefended. Black's king running for the hills. Okay, he needs to survive. He needs to get a few moves on the board. That's another check. Another nasty double attack. Ooh, Christopher, you played great in the opening. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's good. But the time runs fast. The time runs fast when you start thinking a little bit.
Yeah,
3 minutes sounds like a lot.
Isn't that much when you get down to it.
Do you play a lot of chess, Christopher?
Sometimes.
Okay. Hopefully you'll get another chance against Magnus sometime.
It would be fun.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, well played, guys. That was one of the better games we've seen today. So, okay, that was Christopher. Maybe Javier now. Javier, are you with us? I saw you in the chat a few moments ago. Guest 14. Javier. Okay. Hopefully you'll be ready. I know you were a couple of minutes ago, so maybe Magnus, if you make a move to see if your opponent's there. Okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, we can see you, Javi. Okay, so I'll let you focus on the game, but great to see you, and good luck. Okay, so I trade the pawns already at this early stage. Okay, sneaky, attacking the white queen. Magnus saw the threat though. Black bishop forced back. Okay, Javi saw Magnus's plan. White was planning to trap that black bishop. Hey, we can see you. Oh, nice. Okay, playing on the phone there. That's very brave. If it comes down to a time scramble, it won't be easy. Magnus's mouse against a phone. Okay. I think Javi has been watching some of the Chess24 broadcast with Peter Lecco. Quoting him there, Magnus. Okay, traded pawns. He's got some supporters there, Javi, in the background. Ooh, meanwhile, White is starting some aggressive play, breaking through towards that black king with his knight. Now, White.
Come on.
Finally, the trash talk begins. I like this. And Magnus, are you feeling flustered?
I'm feeling fine so far.
Magnus.
Okay.
Check.
Yeah, that might be only the second person to put Magnus in check today. Okay, but the white king has hidden. And okay, that's the check. And Javi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was going quite well, and then Magnus using all of his experience to grab that win. And Magnus, pleased with your play so far today?
Yeah, I think it's been all right.
And it looks like that was number 14. So we'll just check back to see that the other players aren't ready to play. If not, then we'll move straight to the question and answer session. So, okay, Morten, the other Morten, have you played your game? If not, then we can try again. Stephen as well, let us know if you want another try. And Faras and okay, wait, so that was Stephen? Oh. Okay. I think Javi wants to go again. Okay, Stephen, do you want to try your game one last time?
Number 9.
Okay, number 9. He was with us a moment ago, but maybe some internet problems there for Stephen.
I'm connected here, but I think anyway.
Okay, can you make a move on the board? We can hear you, but it's about Chess24.
No. I can't make a move, no.
Okay, maybe just the internet there, unfortunately. Yeah, Magnus is terrified, so he's blocked your game from starting.
Well, it says that my opponent is connected, so should be. Are you sure it's the correct game link? Oh, now it says opponent disconnected.
Okay. Stephen, Stephen, it's I'm being told that you are connected. So, can you see Magnus's move? Yeah. He's pushed his pawn.
No, I can't see it. I am connected though.
Okay. That's a shame. Okay, hopefully maybe another time. Yeah. At least you. Yeah. Hello.
Do you mind me taking the spot of Ross Bear, guest number 12?
Oh. Lennart, go for it. I want to see you. I want to see you take down the world champion.
Okay, let's go.
Do you have the link there, Lennart?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just being told to wait 1 moment by our producer. Sorry, just before your game starts.
Well, it's already started.
Okay,
so
let's go.
I'd already made my move on that board. So.
Okay. So it's not Roosberg, it's Lennart, and he's going to show the full power of skilling here. Show all his skill. Okay, solid opening. Very solid stuff. So we see a trade, and Magnus has grabbed the pawn in the center. But Black has the 2 bishops. Black has a bishop pair. Decent compensation for that pawn. Okay, Magnus just trying to keep things solid in the middle. Okay, and how is Black going to find justification for his earlier pawn sacrifice? Note how Magnus has put all of his pawns in the center and on the left on light squares. That's because he's plotted with his light squared bishop. So very instructive strategy there. The white knights are starting to maneuver. Okay. I like that. Lennart was hitting the white queen, hoping Magnus didn't see the threat. Like the world champion, he's sharp. Down to 38 seconds though. So very quick from Lennart. If he can maintain this speed, it's going to be difficult for Magnus to survive on the clock. Okay, so white's queen stepping forward. Still very solid play. Okay, Magnus grabs a second pawn now. Okay, so if he can maintain the speed, Lennart, he still has a chance. But on the board, it's looking a bit tricky. Down 2 pawns. Okay, another trade there. And Magnus recaptures, keeping all of his pawns connected. Okay, so white's rook there, sliding across. And Morten, I see in the chat that you're ready. So we'll come to you next. We'll come to you after this game. So just stay ready, and you'll get the honor of the final game today, I think. Okay, now it's down to a race. Who will be the quicker on the clock? Magnus at 27 seconds and Black at 37. Ooh, white's queen's jumped in. Looking scary now for Black. Okay, Black's queen acting as a defender. And now the bishop stepping back. Very nice move there from Black. Okay, he's getting the queens off. This one is all about the clock now. Magnus has 6-7 seconds extra. Is that going to be decisive? Okay, that's some nasty tactic there from the world champion, simplifying his task, getting rid of Black's remaining pieces and now making a new queen. 4 seconds for more. 4 seconds for Lennart. Time runs out.
Yep.
Maybe there were still chances of stalemate, but wow, what a game. Magnus.
Yeah, 15 more moves than I thought, at least.
Any thoughts on the game, Magnus?
No, it was a good game. I think Len chose kind of the right strategy there at some point, just to play solidly and try to survive as long as possible.
Yeah, and I guess there's just some tricks in the middle game, but either way, impressive stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
And yeah, well played, Lennart. And that, I think, brings us to the final game of today. That's the other Morten this time, guest 06.
Yes.
So you're ready. Where are you joining us from today?
Oslo.
Ah, okay, just down the road.
Yeah, Tjuvholmen in Oslo. So.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, small world. Small world.
It seems like Magnus has already started. Should I just begin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just make
when you're ready. when you're ready.
Thank you.
Okay, so the game has kicked off. Magnus continuing to occupy the center with pawns. Okay. Getting note that Stephen might be ready to play as well, so bit of a bonus there. Okay, meanwhile, Morten has started very solidly. Getting ready to develop his bishop. And a trade. Magnus not wanting a blocked position. Ooh, the queen has jumped forward, taking a pawn. That pawn was not defended. Will we see a queen trade? Possibly. There we go, the queens are off the board. Okay, will this be a good strategy? Will Black be able to punish Magnus for having a little time? Unfortunately, White has just grabbed a knight as well. White with an extra piece and 2 pawns here. Magnus trying to simplify, trying to make as many trades as possible. Okay, gaining space there for White. And okay, occupying the center. That White knight looks glorious in the middle. How will Black react? Morten's been very quick so far. He needs to maintain the pace. That's a check. And Magnus has picked off another piece. So 2 pieces up for White. Ooh, Morten got in a check there. That's only the 3rd check I think of today. But yeah, it cost a rook, but yeah, checks are more important. Okay, and okay, Black stopping White's big threat there of using the rook to deliver a checkmate. So nice defense. Still some chances on the clock, maybe. Ooh, the knight steps back and it falls to the White rook. And there we go, the Black king trapped in the corner. That's a checkmate. Morten, you got that check in?
No chance, right?
Magnus, relieved?
It was an honor, Magnus.
Yeah,
Good,
thank
best
you.
of luck in the World Championship.
Thank you very much.
And I've heard that we do have Stephen maybe with one last try to get his game going. There we go. The game has started. So, okay, yeah. Norway versus Ireland. Okay, so
we won. 1-0, Magnus.
We're 1-0. We're 1-0.
Ah, okay.
Let's see, maybe some.
Is this from the last game? Restart.
I'll just ask our producer. Maybe. Okay, our producer will send a new link for the players to play on.
Okay.
It sounds like your internet's much stronger now, Stephen. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just that link will be with you within a few moments. And
we're
yeah,
1-0 right now. That's all I'm saying. We just beat Magnus.
In the meantime, while you celebrate that victory, in the meantime, just while this last game is
we'll take the ball. We'll take them.
Okay, so for all the viewers, apart from the players right now, if you can prepare some questions for Magnus, we'll have 5 to 10 minutes at the end just of questions before we leave it. So just get your questions ready in your mind. You can unmute yourselves later, or you can type them out in the chat and I'll read those questions to Magnus. So, okay, Magnus, Stephen, the link has been sent to both of you.
Okay, I'll open now.
Okay. Fingers crossed this works this time.
It's taking a minute to load.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so Magnus, when you're ready to move.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. And good luck, Stephen.
Just copy him.
Copycat is normally a good strategy.
Yes.
There we go. You stopped copying.
Yeah.
Stopped copying. Okay.
No.
Magnus has grabbed a pawn.
Oh no. Just keep going. See what happens.
He's gonna do the thing to you.
He's gonna do the thing. Oh no, you see it? No.
So Magnus just developing calmly there.
What did he just do to me? Beat him?
He took your bishop, Stephen.
Oh.
Okay. So that was just a trade. White has an extra pawn, but still early days. Okay, Black's knight kept safe.
Really? Yep.
Heard a naughty word there. And
what just happened?
And yeah, that's checkmate. White's queen attacking the black king. The white queen is protected by his
Oh my god,
bishop.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, well done.
That's a pattern that we call scholar's mate there.
I'm gutted.
Okay, thanks for the game, Stephen. And
Thank you.
on that note, I would like to start inviting some questions. Also, actually, before we go to the questions, there are going to be 3 winners for today, 3 winners of prizes. The prize will be a chessboard, a very special chessboard. And those 3 winners are those who lasted the longest or who forced Magnus to think for the longest amount of time. So in 3rd place, Lennart, you've won a chessboard. And 2nd place, Marx, who got Magnus down to 16 seconds on the clock. And 1st place, Henrik. Magnus had only 12 seconds left when he won that game. So Lennart, Marx, and Henrik, our producers, will be in touch with you to set up that very special prize. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
A pleasure. It's a beautiful chessboard. I've seen it myself. So, yeah, and on that note, questions. It's question time. Anyone who has questions for Magnus, feel free to unmute yourselves.
Can I just ask one? I don't know, Magnus, whether you've been trying to trade a lot or whatever, but one question about patterns, which I think is some kind of similarity between trading and chess. Because I think that you probably see a lot of patterns when you look at the board and see what people are doing, you see all the connection. This is very much the same in trading. Have you ever kind of studied a chart or anything like that before?
No, I cannot say that I have too much, although I'm familiar with the concept and what they mean. I guess in chess the patterns are maybe a bit less abstract, so they're in a way easier to spot, since of course you have better information. But I guess there are many of the same techniques can be used.
Thank you.
That's something you'd be tempted to get into in future, Magnus, and explore more.
I certainly find it interesting, but I don't fool myself into believing that I will be good at it immediately. But certainly, it's something I can see myself doing a bit more.
Looking forward to you conquering that world as well. And,
conquering is unlikely.
Okay, great question. So, anyone else with some thoughts?
For me,
questions for Magnus.
First, what I say thank you for inviting the player against with Magnus Carlsen in the chess. The chess is my specialty, so I cannot nothing under the chess. So for me, it's a very pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Tusen.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions for the world champion? I mean, I'd like to ask maybe just what your preparations are like for this big title match coming up.
No, there are several components, I would say, to preparation. I would say by this point, a lot of the theoretical chess preparation has already been done. So now it's more about, for me, studying the new material, trying to pick up if there are any new ideas now right before the championship, and otherwise try to amass some energy, build up my fitness and so on.
Sounds like you'll be a busy man in the next month before the match. And okay, we have a question from Marx in the chat. Magnus, are you planning to write a book someday?
I have no immediate plans of writing a book. Maybe I'll dictate one.
What would the topic be?
I would assume it's about chess and my life in it. I don't feel qualified to write books or dictate them on any other subject at the moment.
Okay, so you heard it here first, everyone. Autobiography from Magnus coming soon. Okay, great question from Marx. Any other queries for the world champion?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a question for Magnus.
Fire away.
So you see a lot in the Queen's Gambit. You get a lot of questions about looking at the ceiling and seeing chess pieces. I mean, clearly this is like a gift the character has, but I'm curious at the Super GM level. Would you say that all Super GMs have some kind of gift, kind of like this, that kind of sets them apart from somebody that just trains?
I would say that I mean I guess seeing the chessboards in a chessboard in the ceiling is like loosely related to what all top grandmasters do, which is seeing the chessboard blindfolded in their head, and sort of when you're looking away, you're looking up, you're looking down somewhere. It's mostly about recalling something. So I think that's something that just comes with experience, to be honest, and it's not unique to any particular grandmaster, fictional or otherwise.
Is that something you trained, Magnus, the blindfold technique, or it's something that came naturally to you?
I would say that's come pretty naturally, and from an early age you train it, reading chess notation, and there are going to be diagrams from time to time, especially in books, but you have to sort of read in between the diagrams. So that's, I guess, how I learned to analyze chess blindfolded.
Okay, and maybe one final question. Okay, actually, I just see from Irene in the chat, our final question of the day. So she's saying, when Warren Buffett was asked about who he looked out for inspiration, he said he looked at himself in the mirror. How about you, Magnus? Who are you inspired by?
I don't know. If I have a really good day, I might do the same. Otherwise, in terms of chess, some of my favorite players, or the players I've been most inspired by, are maybe the young Kasparov, who I thought played with an energy and a passion and a dynamism that I admire and find very hard to emulate as well. And apart from that, a player like Karpov and maybe also Alyekhin are others I'm inspired by. In terms of non-chess people, I find that there are a lot of inspiring stories and so on, but I wouldn't be able to single out any particular individual.
Yeah, and on that note, on that inspiring note, I'd like to thank everyone for being with us today. I'd like to thank the skilling team for making this event happen, and of course, Magnus for taking the time to play, all of you. And just as we say goodbye, remember, for all the players today, you have received 1 month of complimentary Chess24 premium membership. That means you can go to the website Chess24, you can analyze your game with Magnus today, you can check out some videos, there's lots of content for you there. So thank you everyone, and thank you Magnus for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye everyone.
Luck, Magnus.